input and will begin their presentation by stating the full name and their city of town or residence for the record. Yes, thank you.
All right. Hi, I am Roy Telfer. I'm a resident here in Key West, Florida. Good evening, board chair, members, superintendent, and staff, anyone present. My name, like I said, Roy Telfer, and it's my wife, Jennifer Telfer. We are here today as the parents of 2 students attending Horace O'Bryant School. We are reporting an egregious violation of legal parental rights and a fundamental misunderstanding of the limits of school authority. For over 2 years, both of our children have been officially designated as walkers for transportation to and from the school, with an established daily procedure of drop-off and pick-up by one of us at a designated walker gate on the public side street. About an hour and a half ago, we are pleased to report that the principal finally called us to acknowledge our position and has immediately reinstated our daughter's established walker dismissal protocol. However, the events of last week prior to this resolution to us remain unacceptable, and we feel your awareness in the matter and hopefully a more thorough instructed resolution is still necessary. So last week, the HOB administration unilaterally and without written notice changed this 2-year protocol of our children being walkers. Our daughter was escorted to a holding area in the cafeteria without our knowledge. When my wife arrived, she was actively obstructed when demanding our daughter's release, while our daughter was left confused and in tears, watching all other children leave as she sat alone, not understanding what was occurring. The school staff continued to refuse my wife's clear demand to release our daughter at the established gate. A school resource officer escalated the matter by telling my wife she has no parental right to dictate the process of retrieving our child. This is a fundamental violation of the law. The school's authority over a child is one of temporary custody governed by a duty of care that is extinguished by the parent's presence and the lawful demand for physical custody. These specific statutes that were violated are Florida Statute 1014.04, the Florida Parental Bill of Rights, which establishes parents' fundamental right to direct the care of our children, and it explicitly prohibits a school from infringing on those rights. Second, the statute 1006.145, duty of care. This holds the school's personnel responsible for care, controlled instruction of students and requires them to uphold the well-being of the children while in their temporary custody. To obstruct the transfer of custody, cause emotional harm, and unilaterally change the established safety procedures is a breach of both of these statutes. Board chair and members, we are asking that the Monroe County Board take immediate action to correct this and restore compliance with the laws governing parental rights by 1, reinstating the established walker dismissal method immediately for all students whose parents identified their children as walkers. A school has no authority to dictate how a parent decides to transport their children to and from school. So while the principal has resolved this for our daughter, we are demanding this because there are multiple parents that have experienced this in the last week. Second, mandate immediate comprehensive training for all the HOB administration and specifically the school resource officer and their legal obligations and their clear limits of authority during the transfer of custody to a legal parent. And lastly, we are asking for a personal apology from the assistant principal, Mrs. Ring, who initiated this incident to our daughter and caused confusion and emotional distress to her. We expect the board to uphold the state law and protect fundamental rights of every parent in this district. Thank you for your time.
Do we have anyone else speaking today?